Hello, I'm Shrapnel, and this is Dune Awakening. Do I like Dune Awakening? Eh. I'm uh, I'm in Duraluminum. I've been playing very casually. Uh, I decided to try to find a reason to like it, and it's not bad. Like it's a good time killer. I've not gone to the deep desert. I've not PvP'd at all. My brother just decided to play, so I decided to give him my leveling base and go build somewhere that I thought was a good idea for like end game grind. So it's behind me, but to showcase first, I assumed this was going to be a good region in general, and originally I wanted to take over that island, but I didn't understand building well enough. Then I was going to take over this island, but again, I didn't really understand building enough. And like it'd be fun to link them to, but it's a huge amount of space. I didn't understand staking units and expanding your claim. So then I thought about this section, but again, same thing. So I decided there's a bunch of sand over here. I was just going to build a big flat base, but I wanted to experiment with all the different architectures and base designs. But that looked dumb, right? So I had to try to come up with like some kind of plausible excuse and make something that should never work, mixed architectural elements, into something that at least kind of works. And it's dumb and whimsical, and I like dumb, whimsical things. So the idea is modules. This guy can take what he can get. He's not rich by any means, so when he first started out, he just bought a ground vehicle hangar bay module from a company called, I think it's a company, and I don't know Dune IP that well, but I assume Chome, since they were selling products as a company. Let's say he bought a kit for a ground hangar bay. That's this thing. And this was the first thing that he bought, then he farmed, then he built. And then as he grew and was successful, he bought this residential facility, then this science facility on top of the garage, and then aligned with the Atreides and got the ability to build an Atreides palace. And so this is what it ended up looking like. So there's a lot of details inside and outside. The number one thing that defined why it is these exterior windows. I put them in on each other and it created kind of a structural column. So I like the way the wall assemblies looked with like structural assemblies stacked, and I also stacked a bunch of structure like foundational systems here. And so like I started getting really obsessive with like the foundational aspect. And so I wanted to create like this module. Imagine these things are 3D printed one at a time when you can afford them. And so he started with like the kind of base units, then he bought kind of a high science unit, and then he aligns with the Atreides and has money, and decides he wants to do something all impressive, so he builds an Atreides palace. This is technically an accident. I was going to do this later when I got Harkonnen, when I decided to spend a bunch of credits on Harkonnen, but whenever I did the vertical stake, thinking it would only stake this unit, it staked both of them up. So then I just decided to do this weird cantilever thing. And if you look at the structure, there's a lot of structural elements running east and west that are meant to signify how this is cantilevered and how you don't need these modules below to support this. This is built into the mountain, and through, space science, it can support and hold itself. So anyway, these things, I think I betrayed Atreides architecture. It looks like it's a lot more angular. I didn't understand that until the very end. It was just confusing and weird triangles I couldn't get to work anywhere. I found a video now to get a better idea of like how it's supposed to work. So I built these observation posts. These are like the high-ranking observation posts because they're secure, and then these are more the standard employee observation posts for the main hangar bay. And then there is another hangar bay over there. That's the private hangar bay, and the Atreides systems, mostly just a lot of inside and outside corners, and then stacked windows and structural elements to go back to that idea of like this being dramatically cantilevered. This section has to be very, very well anchored to be able to support so much weight that is sticking out so far, even though it is just an empty hangar bay. So there's a lot of structure on all the different levels. There's a lot of like interior design that's done. There's still a lot that needs to be finished with like where the people that live here, where their armory is, where they live, where they hang out, how they get to and from, how they would behave during an attack, how one would go visit like the upper rank people that are hanging out up here. I've tinkered with all that kind of stuff just for shits and giggles, but like I consider it more just a joke than anything. And then kind of finally, I like dumb things. So this worm statue I think is super dumb. So I love it. I got like an angry worm yelling at the desert for me. I don't know if I can, like, it's my pet. I don't understand, but what the hell. And there's just so many other dumb things. I'll make a longer video when I'm done. There's a rock inside, so that like all these rooms like showcase and look at the rock wall. There's this weird area back here where I consider it's where the employees use the bathroom and smoke. There's quicksand over there where they dump their materials. That can't be built on because of the way the claim plot works. All kinds of little additional fun details. But for now, I just wanted to showcase my dumb Frankenstein building thing that it's stupid and dumb, and I love it.